Hello, and thanks for locking in today. You're going to be glad you did. Go ahead, get ready to take some notes. Because listen, studies show the average U.S. household carries more than $100,000 in debt. But the median household income is less than $70,000. You see, the math ain't mathing, right? So if you're trying to get out of debt, we knew it was time to bring in the pros for this conversation. My first guest has mastered the art of turning some money into a whole bunch of money, one investment at a time. Devin Alphin is a wealth manager who takes a different approach to helping folks eliminate debt. He's also the author of The Wealth Blueprint. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
yes,
really
indeed.
grateful.
I know a lot of folks are really trying to figure out, married, single, every generation, trying to tackle debt, right? And you are not just the expert, you've gone through some things, right? This is real for you too, right?
Oh yeah, bumped my head. I'll be honest, I've been through bankruptcy, been through a lot of these different things. They're average things that everybody goes through, so we can detach from the shame of it and just get down to the numbers and figure it out.
I love that. You've got to detach from the shame, and sometimes you just got to ask for some help, right?
That's it.
But you also have to be honest with what you're doing with your money, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And sometimes saving is just not going to get you over.
Absolutely.
So I like that you worked with us, came up with some scenarios of folks that we think most of you can relate to, right?
Yep, absolutely. So these are everyday clients. These are people that I'm dealing with day in, day out in different situations, right? So we want to make sure that we're capturing what the average American looks like in these scenarios, and that's what I think we got for you today.
Gotcha. And these are things that you also write about in your book, the Blueprint, right?
The Wealth Blueprint.
Some lessons you have had to learn yourself.
Yeah, once again, personally and professionally, clients as well as just different things in my own life.
Right. So let's start with Janice.
Janice.
Right. We're making it. To be clear, this is not his client. No clients are represented today. Janice.
There we go.
You're 47, single, nurse.
Yes.
Goal is financial freedom. She makes $120,000 a year, taking home about $8,000, but those monthly bills eating up more than half of that.
More than half, which is not uncommon. We are dealing with inflation. If you're one of my clients or if you've read the book, you've heard me say cash flow is the engine to your wealth. So we want to protect that cash flow and we want to be strategic about what we're doing with that cash flow. And that's what these are. Here are different ways of going about distributing that cash flow.
Right. So you got an emergency fund, 401k, a reserve, other, because just sometimes other stuff comes up, but obviously insurance and stocks.
Absolutely.
So what would you tell, because everybody says, where do I start? You say with someone like Janice.
Okay, so first and foremost, there is absolutely no point in going out and trying to make money grow if you don't have foundational things in place first. What I mean by that is if you are not protecting yourself, we're all adults here. We know it's not a matter of if life happens, it's a matter of when life happens.
When, for sure.
And if you don't have that protection in place, when life happens, you're gonna have to cash out investments to deal with life. So the very first place that we start is we wanna make sure we've got an emergency fund in place.
Gotcha. So how much would you suggest that someone in Janice's situation put in this emergency fund?
Some people like to do it by how much life they need in the bank. Other people like to do it by what is the worst case scenario I can think of in my mind, and that's what I want to protect myself against.
Right, so paying for something big versus paying for the mortgage for 3 to 6 months.
There you go. Or, you know what, I got the car insurance deductible in the bank right now. If anything goes wrong, we're good to go, and we can move forward that way. So off the cuff,
out your check, what would you suggest?
I want to see her. I want to see her.
In the biggie bank?
I want to see her at least putting 100 towards the emergency fund out of each paycheck.
Out of each check, emergency fund. How about the 401k?
Yep. 401k is what we're going to do. I'm a little bit unconventional. We're going to put enough in there to get the company match. Okay. Now, that would not be coming out of her cash flow. That would already be coming out of her paycheck. So this is just leftover money.
So just let the 401k do what it's
we'll leave that alone right now. Some people like to put more in there. What I'm saying is, for her, no.
Gotcha. Reserves. How much are you putting in reserves?
For reserves, let me quickly explain what reserves are. That's different than emergencies. This is, you like to pay the car insurance every 6 months instead of monthly. You know you're trying to travel in 8 months.
So
let's go ahead and put that money to the side.
So how much you going to put in there?
So we're going to put about 100 there as well.
Okay, so 100 reserves. How about let's over here on insurance and stocks?
Another form of protection right here, okay? So this is where we want to make sure that she's got enough insurance to take care of things that need to be taken care of in the event something goes wrong.
So we want to insurance,
Yep.
maybe paying for the funeral.
All of that. At her age, she should be able to do that for about $100 a month.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, then what am I doing? Okay, thank you for that. No, we'll clearly have to talk stocks. This is the big one, right? Because this is about investing your way out of the debt. And she's got 2K in debt, right?
We got our protection in place now.
Got it.
So now we start feeding
This
the
is
growth.
how you do the math on what you can put in stocks.
There we go. I'm going the rest of it.
The rest of it's going in there.
The rest of it is going in there.
Just lay it out there. Boom, 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 boom.
It's all about growth.
Gotcha.
Now, what some people don't know is, as this grows, you can actually borrow against it, kind of like your own credit card.
Right.
So that's another reason why I like to feed that money more so in some cases than a 401k.
Understood. I don't want to run out of time for George and Regina, but we have about 90 seconds.
Well, let's do it.
So I'm going to take these up, and you tell me. Well, first of all,
George and Regina are retirees, right? George is retired. Regina is trying to retire in the next 2 to 3 years. George has got a pension and Social Security. Regina's got salary. They got about $500 of cash flow every month. Where do we put it? I'm not going to the emergency fund as much for them, simply because they got guaranteed income in retirement.
Okay,
no
so
matter
we're
what
gonna skip
happens,
past
we're
that.
going to skip that.
401k.
Now, that's where I'm going. 401k and reserves for them. Why? Because retirees, when they first retire, what they want to do, they want to enjoy life. They want to travel.
So
put
we're doing
that
what?
to the side for travel and
100
put some
on
more
401k?
money in that 401k. Yep.
Okay. So we're going to do.
Right now, I'm splitting everything between those two because they're a little bit past the time for insurance.
So we're not still going to do some investing. There's some room, a little room for risk, right?
Here's the thing: you can do stocks inside your 401k.
Okay. Gotcha.
And you get the tax benefit inside the 401k.
Gotcha.
See what
Without
I'm saying?
so the penalties though, people go, I'm not touching it because of all the penalties.
See, if you're over the age of 59 and a half, you don't deal with penalties when you take that money out, which is why for George and Regina being retirees, it makes sense.
Right. Janice, leave it alone.
There you go.
This is good.
Ooh.
This is good. All right. But I want y'all to stick with us because the conversation is going to get even better. Coming up, that's Myra. She's back, real estate advisor. Myra Killing's going to show us how to make your home work for you. And listen, she says you don't even have to move out the house. We're going to make this all work. Keep it right here. Myra's joining us in just a second. So you like the show, huh? Then let's connect on social media. Check us out on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Portia TV Show. We've got just a couple of minutes left with wealth manager and author Devin Alphin and real estate advisor Myra Killings. All right, so here's the scenario. Let's say you have roughly maybe $500-600 that you can make room for in terms of investing the way you two suggest. How would you suggest we spend that money?
Okay, so it's the first of the month. I just collected my $600 from renting out the room. What do I need to do with it?
First and foremost, if you don't have your foundation set, emergency fund.
Okay, how much am I putting there?
We'll go 100.
We're going 100? Okay, yeah, because it can
Slowly
happen.
feeding it, yep.
Yes.
Once again, we're also going reserves because we want to make sure we have cash to the side for those things that pop up throughout the year without having to touch our emergency money.
Gotcha. How much you putting in reserves?
We're going to go 50.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right.
Okay. From there, I want to look at these three equally because you may have a situation that calls for one over the other.
And when you say these three, we're talking
We're going
stocks,
stocks, insurance, and other.
Okay.
I know people are going, well, what is other? Other can be things like an HSA, it can be permanent life insurance, it could be a 529 if you're trying to pay for your son's college, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of different investment vehicles. That's why I say the situation it varies.
Right.
But we want to make some money grow, so we're going to go stock. We will do, let's put 100 on stock.
Okay.
Let's do it. We want to get some money growing.
And I'm assuming this is what you do every month, right? Because this is how you are, and maybe if it's not paying down debt, it is building the generational wealth, right?
It is.
Because that's the other element of that, right?
Because we're going to eat that debt elephant one bite at a time.
Yes.
We're going to first make that decision to come out of debt.
Right.
There it is.
Starts
And then
there.
once you start to get that debt down, that's when you can a little bit more aggressively start the
Absolutely.
investing
Absolutely.
for the saving purposes,
Absolutely.
right?
Now I'm gonna go a level 2 strategy here with you, and we're gonna go other, and the vehicle that I'm gonna use for other is the HSA. The HSA is very nice. It's the only vehicle that is triple tax advantaged.
HSA stands for?
Health savings account. If you
Gotcha.
have a high deductible health care plan through your job or just in general, you can contribute money to a HSA. Check this out. Any money you put into it, you get a tax benefit for. That money that you put in there, you get to invest it. It's an investment account, so it grows with no taxes.
Gotcha.
And then guess what? As long as you spend that money on anything that is a medical expense, and you'd be surprised how much stuff is considered medical.
It comes up.
It
So
comes out
How much we
tax-free.
how much we putting in there?
We're gonna go 100.
$100. Okay. All right. So here's what I want to know. The water heater goes out. That other big thing happens. Myra, your thoughts on where it should go, because that's going to be a few hundred to upwards of $1,000, $2,000, right?
Absolutely. So that is either going to go into our other or reserves, depending on where.
One of those two. It's going to be your reserves or it's going to be your emergency fund, depending on how you want to approach that.
Gotcha. So listen, I feel like this was a really good lesson, but people always still say, I still am afraid to just start. How important, just quickly, how important is just to start with that next paycheck?
It's very important. And the other thing is that, you don't want to think about it as I need to get rich fast. You want to think about it as how can I use my assets to help reduce my debt? And that is your approach.
Across all platforms.
Across all
Yeah,
platforms.
that where you're living and how you're spending, right?
And you'd be surprised how quickly you build momentum, too. You
Yeah.
just got to take that first step.
Thank you so much. This was good. I learned a lot today. This was really good. Thanks so much. We'll be right back. Good conversation, great advice. I hope you feel empowered to take down your debt one investment at a time and restore a sense of financial freedom and building generational wealth, because that's what this is all about. Now, for more information about our experts, you can go to myrakillings.com, and you can find Devin's book, The Wealth Blueprint, on sale online, anywhere you get your favorite books. And shout out to viewer Eloise Stevens-Jones. She wrote in to say, I viewed the Portia episode with Myra Killings and Ian Dunlap. It was truly inspiring. How do I learn more about those two? Again, that's myrakillings.com, and you can find Ian Dunlap at Instagram on The Master Investor. Thanks for watching. Be sure to be the reason why someone smiles today.